Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. For the Miami Heat, they won their last contest, that game against Sacramento.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
But you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
A long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
So here's Miami's starting group. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Richardson in at the 3 spot. Here's Whiteside. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Bridges against Richardson. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Whiteside to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Well, beating everybody to the ball, Willie doesn't always get his number called, so he's got to put in the extra work and find these efforts on the offensive glass.
From 13, here's Whiteside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Walker. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Waiter. Tries from 16. No good from Lamb. He'd have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Waiters with the ball. Bridges covering. Shots good by Waiters.
Yeah, you want to at least honor the mid-range shot. You know that Dion Waiters is hungry to score, but he is capable of heating up.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. There's the screen. Down low. Stolen by Waiters. Down low. Pass to Whiteside. Walker against Dragic. Clock at 6. Miami needs to get a shot off. Waiters for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. They did get a win in the last game against this team, but he told me we're facing a dynamite offense. We were lucky to get a win the last time. We need to have discipline and detail tonight and try to minimize mistakes. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. So knowing the kind of offensive team they're up against, they're coming in with the attitude they cannot let them get comfortable early.
Yeah, that's right. On D, they've got to come out with full intensity. Start slow, and they might find themselves in a big hole to dig out of.
Seems like coach has made that crystal clear for them tonight. He's got them ready to play some very aggressive defense in this one.
The Heat shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he makes the first.
There's so much inside of Josh Richardson that is yet to be tapped into. An athletic shooting guard who can play both ends of the floor. The Heat take great pride in what they try to do defensively, their activity, their awareness, their alertness. You know, this team, as they grow, right now they're committing a ton of fouls. But that comes with the territory about learning some of these schemes and trying to be as physical as they like to be.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And you talk about the discipline for the Heat. Not a team that gambles a lot for steals.
No, don't like to overextend. They like to stay at home, and they like to stay in their pockets. They like to contest shots, and then you can't finish off a defensive possession until you grab a rebound. So everybody gets involved in that.
Some stats for Lamb, how he performed last season. Averaged about 13 points per, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Here's Walker, following the score by James Johnson. To stop the run. Here's Hernan Gomez. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. A very nice season for him last year. 16th in scoring, 19th in assists, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
Yeah, and like you said, one of the better scorers in the NBA last season, a tireless worker on the offensive end. He could be even better this season.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Johnson, the pass to Dragic. And he banks in the layup.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Heat on D. Hernan Gomez kicks to Lamb. Here's Kaminsky. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Dragic the pass to Waiters. Johnson the screen. Richardson for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Walker against Dragic. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. Just 5 to shoot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Waiters passes to Richardson. It's deflected.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
Walker in the corner. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now here's Dragic. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Sacramento. Got a piece of it. They get it back.
We think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick. Spent some time in the D League, now the G League. And it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come.
And he can't get the first one. Brent, as we take a look at lineups around the NBA, teams trying to go with 5 highly skilled players at once. Where does that leave the traditional big?
Well, most teams just don't have one now, Kevin. I mean, they're just not on the roster.
They're hard to find, yeah.
Well, they're hard to find, but there just aren't many out there. So a lot of teams just elect not to have one. And what we're seeing over the course of the last couple years is the matchups when all of a sudden a Whiteside is going to see a Drummond, or you're going to see all of a sudden Valanciunas play against DeAndre Jordan. It's usually because you have one, we'll play ours kind of mentality.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Monk, no one around him. And the Hornets miss again.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Whiteside, a screen on Walker. There's the pass to Winslow. Whiteside with it. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Charlotte making some changes. Biyombo checks in for Kaminsky. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Kemba Walker. Then for the Heat, Kelly Olynyk checked in for Whiteside. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Monk. Williams, a screen on Wade. Monk dishes to Williams. Misses the three.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Winslow with it. We saw him with 10 points last game. Unloads from 9, and he hits the jump shot. And now a 10-point Miami lead.
Just nothing forced by Justice Winslow there. Takes his time with the shot clock winding down and nails it.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke, slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
Gilchrist against Winslow. They set the pick. Parker passes to Biyombo. Dishes it to Monk. Lock at 6. Shoots over Olynyk. Monk's shot's good. Monk's got his first 2 points of the night. And Winslow about 6'7", 225. But Brent, it seems like he plays a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. He gets lots of minutes at the power forward position and tries to rebound like a 4. And when he gets it, he can rip it down and run it up the court.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Here's Parker. No good that time. And the Heat going the other way now. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, and last time they faced off, really an easy win. They put together a pretty complete game, but their edge on the glass, for me, still stands out.
Yeah, they rebounded better than the U.S. economy, and that turned it into a blowout victory. They were dominant on the glass.
Johnson kicks to Wade. Here's the screen. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Wade's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Monk with the ball. Wade picks him up. Monk, the pass to Biyombo. Olynyk with the steal. To the paint, and stolen by Biyombo. To the inside, Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Johnson kicks to Wade. Pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by Miami. That one drops for him. Olynyk's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Now, here's Monk. Williams has a screen for Monk. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And stolen by Biyombo. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Williams, a screen on Wade. Monk, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Winslow. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. The Heat leading by 14. Wade outside. And that one drops. Wade's got 8 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now, here's Monk. Wade is covering. And here is Monk. Parker passes to Monk. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard him. Kid just plays with an edge.
For Charlotte, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
The free throw drops for Monk. Both shots good from the stripe. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. From deep three-point range, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Heat lead by 14. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line, a big factor in the outcome.
I'm just wondering if this home crowd and the energy worked against them in this one. They might have gotten in their heads just a little bit.
Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Williams, and it's Biyombo at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. The Hornets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Five years from now, who do you think will be the best player in the NBA?
5 years from now, the best player in the NBA will be
Antetokounmpo? I'm going to go.
Wow.
I'm going to go and just say that right now.
You think he'll be the best player in the league?
If he does not get injured, I think he'll be the best player in the NBA. 5 years from now.
Okay, that sounds good.
Give me another name.
Is Joel Embiid going to be
like that
the
as
man
well.
in the league?
I like that if he stays healthy. Of course, you can say that with anybody.
You can say it with anybody, but Joel Embiid might just be that guy.
Special talents. Kidd-Gilchrist, no luck.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Parker with the steal. And here they go. And then Monk with the dunk.
I tell you, Monk has some bunnies on it. I mean, he leaps up there with ease to throw that one down. The D has got to be a little bit more aware of his athleticism.
Now here's Winslow. And here's Olynyk from the arc. It's rebounded by Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's the feed to Williams. Parker against Johnson. And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Hornets. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Bridges comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Lamb in there for Monk. And Miami also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. Now here's Parker. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. The shot misses. And Miami the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Parker with the steal. Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. Excellent D there by Johnson. Miami leading by 12. And again, it's the Heat missing. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Williams passes to Lamb. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Hernan Gomez kicks to Parker, and he makes that one. Parker's got his first basket of the night.
And that's a nice jump shot there by Parker. Caught it right in rhythm.
Johnson the screen. Parker against Johnson. Pass to Johnson. Over Williams. And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Williams. And Walker's subbed in for Tony Parker. Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Dragic comes in for Tyler Johnson. And timeout called. James Borrego has had enough. Josh Richardson, the 40th overall pick, Brent, back in 2015, a hardworking young player who's had a lot of good veteran mentors in this Miami Heat locker room.
Yeah, and he took advantage not only of what Dwayne Wade said to him, but the time that Dwayne Wade wasn't playing, he stepped in and seized an opportunity to get those minutes. He's had some scorching hot shooting numbers, too. His rookie year was phenomenal. He came in and drew attention from guys from the three-point line, so looking to be consistent on that end.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Goran Dragic. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Shot's good by Walker.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Here's Magruder. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Back to Dragic. Trying to get back on track. The Hornets pull it in. Gomez has got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Dragic. And it's the Heat on the break. Johnson's got the ball. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, like a 5-tool baseball player, James Johnson's one of those guys who does a little bit of everything for his team.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. He misses the free throw. And the Heat with some changes. Richardson comes in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Waiters in for Wayne Ellington. He's off on the second. Hornets trail by 7. Now Lamb. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. And it's the Heat on the break. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Walker. They get it back. Johnson. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the Heat lead by 9. Bridges a screen on Dragic. Dragic against Walker. Knocks it loose. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Here's Hernangomez. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hernangomez has got his second basket. Waiters passes to Richardson. He kicks it to Dragic. Right side, a screen on Walker. Feeds it to Johnson. From 11 feet away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Great open look there. Kaminsky's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Dragic. Right side, the pass to Waiters. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Dragic against Walker. To the paint. Here's Hernangomez. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Miami leading by 5. Pass to Johnson. Up top, Dragic. The pass to Waiters. Right side, a screen. 5 on the clock. Waiters passes to Whiteside. Hernangomez grabs the miss.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Bridges shot. Good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Now here's Waiters. He's got 5. Passes it to Whiteside. He dishes it to Dragic. And he lays it straight in. Dragic has got 6 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Walker against Dragic. Kaminsky kicks to Walker. Bridges a screen on Dragic. Walker. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
Waiters outside. Pass to Whiteside. Johnson sets the screen for Whiteside. Richardson, good.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Lamb passes to Bridges. Pass to Walker. Jacks up a three. The shot comes out. Now the Heat take it the other way.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Biombo, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Bridges, and Monks subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. Then for the Heat, Bam Adebayo comes in for James Johnson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson. Off target from outside. Here's Biombo. And the dunk by Biombo.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Walker's shot is off.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Waiters kicks the Dragic. Now the pass to Wade. Over Monk. Offensive rebound.
Well, Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7". Reach over the top, snatch that.
Walker the pass to Biombo. They set the pick. Kaminsky in the corner. There's the three. Connects from three-point range. Kaminsky's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Hornets. Dragic kicks to Adebayo. Waiters outside. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Dion Waiters. The Hornets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. Marvin Williams is checked in for the Hornets. Parker comes in for Kemba Walker. And then for Miami, Olynyk, he's checked in for Whiteside. Justice Winslow comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Good on the second free throw. 1:53 left to play in the first half. Johnson, the pass to Wade. Back to Johnson. Inside. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Johnson. That's 10 points for Dwayne Wade.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Parker.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Passes it to Adebayo. He kicks to Wade. And again, Miami with the triple.
You smell that, Kevin? Dwayne Wade cooking with gas.
There's a screen by Williams. The tray. And it's the Hornets another three.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
There's the screen. Pass to Olynyk. 6 to shoot. Biyombo with the block.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Wade kicks to Johnson. Pass to Olynyk. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
Here's Williams, and it's all evened up. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, the defense looks locked in. Looks like it's working.
Well, it's not everything's working exactly right, but our activity is making up for some of the mistakes and creating some opportunities and energy on the other end.
We'll see if that activity can continue. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. The game plan did not work out for Charlotte in the first quarter. They just could not put the pieces together defensively or offensively and ended up way down, trailing by 14 at the end of the period. And then, what a comeback story in the second quarter. They went on some huge runs and now have the game all tied up. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Dwayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Richardson and Johnson are the forwards. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Whiteside in its center. So it's the Hornets now. Bridges misses.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Now here's Walker. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Vernon Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dragic against Walker. Bridges a screen on Dragic. Walker's shot is off.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Stolen by Walker. Kicks to Bridges. Here's the screen. Back to Walker. 4 on the shot clock. The high post shot. Basket good. Walker's got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
That took a lot of energy just trying to even things up. We'll see if they have enough left in the tank to finish the job.
Howard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
Whiteside, the 9-footers on the mark. Whiteside's got 6. Hornets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's the screen and the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now, and it's Dragic with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Walker, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 12 points for him. Walker against Dragic. The pass to Whiteside. Over Hernangomez. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Hernangomez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. No good from Lamb.
He can't make a thing out there right now, guys. If he keeps this up, don't be surprised if his team gives up this lead.
Johnson the screen, and Waiters kicks to Dragic. Passes it to Johnson. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Well, Johnson's tenacity meter right now redlining. He loves taking the punishment and finishing through it.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
One shot.
That's good from Johnson. Hornets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Waiters. They set the pick. Lamb passes to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Dragic. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 14 points.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Whiteside inside. Hernangomez covering. Whiteside a screen. Back to Johnson. Puts up a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. Hornets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Walker, and Whiteside sends it back.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. For Miami, they have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And he knocks down the first one.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Rodney McGruder comes in for Richardson, and Ellington is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And both free throws good for Waiters. Hornets trail by 4. Now here's Walker. He's got 14. He feeds it to Lamb. Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Lamb. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Walker. Pass to Hernangomez. Bridges kicks to Kaminsky. 6 on the shot clock. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Whiteside a screen on Bridges. Whiteside a screen. Here's Waiters. Another shot, and it's laid in by Whiteside. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity. Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Hornets have shot 6 of 7 at the line. The first one falls, and the Hornets making a change here. Parker's checked in. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Miami. Kemba Walker hits them both. Miami's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Pass to Magruder. Shoots over Bridges, and it's Magruder missing. For Charlotte, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. Parker outside for the tie, and it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 11 rebounds in the game. Waiters, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Saturday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And that game against the Pacers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Hernangomez, and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Bridges. And both free throws good for Waiters. Hornets trail by 4. Picked by Williams. Walker the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's Walker. He's guarded by Waiter. Charlotte again missing. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Ellington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Wayne Ellington's such a confident shooter, such a great release, and he's able to hit his shot over the defender who was draped all over him.
And Wayne Ellington enjoyed his best season in 2017-18.
Well, with Waiters out last year, the Heat were looking to somebody to come in and be a consistent scorer off the bench. And with that task last year, he was phenomenal at putting points on the board and staying hot all year long.
No good on that one. A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Dion Waiters. And the second free throw, good. Hornets trail by 5. Parker outside. The dish to Williams. Charlotte no good that time either. Miami's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. The shot's good. 6 points for Justice Winslow.
Great self-confidence from Winslow on that play, taking it up strong inside.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Back to Walker.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Justice Winslow. How he did last season. He put up about 7 points a game,
5 rebounds and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That's good from Kemba Walker. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Winslow with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. A nice shot by Winslow. Hornets trail by 8. Walker with it. 17 points in the game. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Dishes to Parker. 6 to shoot. And here's Walker outside. And Winslow pulls it down. Winslow's got 4 rebounds in this game. Magruder passes to Ellington. Good work there as it goes. And now a 10-point Miami lead.
And doing their best to maximize possessions. Just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Changes for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And Monk's subbed in for Walker. And then for Miami, Olynyk comes in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Johnson in for Wayne Ellington. Now, here's Monk. He's got 9. Biombo kicks to Parker. Good on the 3-point shot. Parker's got 10.
And when Parker gets space to shoot that jump shot, he is usually money.
Johnson outside. The pass to Winslow. Back to Johnson. Got a piece of it. Over Parker. And it's Miami with another.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Monk. It's Biombo atop the key. Tries it from 19, and an air ball on that one. Way off.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Winslow against Kid Gilchrist. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Now, here's Biombo. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes it to Winslow. Back to Johnson. Good ball movement here by Miami. Johnson the screen. Wade off the pick. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Over Winslow. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Heat leading by 11. Wade kicks to Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested J.
Monk with the ball. Wade picks him up. Combo dishes to Parker. In the corner, it's Monk. Charlotte again missing. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wade passes to Winslow. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. To the middle. 1:32 left to play in the third. Olynyk high post. Wade outside. Just 5 on the clock. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Goes back up, and it's good on the way in. Wade's got 15.
And when Wade gets out on the break like that, he can still definitely rise up to the rim.
And Parker, here we go. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Gomez is checked in for Charlotte. And then for Miami, Richardson, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. Miami leading by 15. Wade outside. In the corner, it's Richardson. Wade right side. Over Monk. And the basket by Wade. Wade's got 4 this quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's Monk. He's got 9. No good from 11 feet.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Heat out front, up 19. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Parker out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Marvin Williams. And there's Monk. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Now here's Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range, the shot by Adebayo, no good. Outside Williams. He kicks it to Lamb. There's the pick. Parker, right side. Shoots over Dragic. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. That's 12 points for Tony Parker.
And the screen and roll, an excellent choice there. Parker only needs a small amount of room to get his shot off.
Wade passes to Dragic. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
Bridges, he's checked in for Monk. And then for Miami, Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Dwayne Wade. He doesn't get the second one.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Now here's Lamb. Over in the corner, Williams. From outside, off the mark. Miami leading by 18. And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. Whiteside sets the pick for Richardson. Dragic against Parker. Kicks it to Waiters. Over Lamb. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. It's tipped. It's stolen by Johnson. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. Count that one.
So he's a bit of a hokey guard, so he attracts that contact there and then keeps his eyes on the prize.
That's his second personal foul.
Around the world, Brent, we've seen the NBA take a role in helping youngsters learn to play the game of basketball the right way.
So incredible what Basketball Without Borders has done with the NBA junior program expanding itself. Last year in Treviso, for the first time, the NBA doing a combine for EuroLeague players so they can start a database of the older professional, younger professional players playing overseas. It's a global game. Adam Silver is doing a remarkable job of promoting the game, and we're in a great place, Kevin.
Free throw, no good for Waiters. Now here's Lamb. He's covered closely. There's the pick. Bridges dishes to Williams, and he gets it to go from the corner.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Kicks it out to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Back to Whiteside. And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. On defense, Charlotte. They've played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Here's Dragic, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Really, that's all Goran Dragic. Terrific decision by him there to let that one fly.
There's the pick. And stolen by Richardson. And now it's Waiters running. He can go all the way. And Waiters with the stuff.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation, and then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Now, sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Now here's Walker. Clock at 6. Lamb misses off the right iron. Miami leading by 22. Waiters right side on the wing. Johnson. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happened.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. And Goran Dragic drops them both. Hornets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. They set the pick. And Walker kicks to Bridges. Pass to Kaminsky. Shoots over Dragic. And the basket by Kaminsky.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Dragic the pass to Waiters. Here's Whiteside, and good as it just snugs right down through the net. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Thursday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's the pass to Lamb. Kaminsky sets the pick for Lamb. Just 5 on the clock. And taken away by Johnson. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA, but last season the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe
you even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie, bad tie.
Yeah.
I always have bad ties. I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting in the early part of last year. A lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
Now Walker following the three-point attempt by James Johnson. Off the screen, Walker again, the Hornets score.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Dragic. Johnson the screen. 5 to shoot. Here's Waiters. Buries the jump shot. Hornets trail by 21. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Out left to the wing. Now here's Kaminsky. He's guarded by Johnson.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
That's tipped. Outside, Walker. And finished off by Kaminsky.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Dragic. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Dragic against Walker. Passes to Waiters. And here is Johnson. And Waiters has it in the corner. Right side a screen. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Heat lead by 21.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Here's Lamb, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Waiters. 14 points for Johnson.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends. I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Now the feed to Richardson. Bridges against Richardson. And here is Bridges. Knocks it loose. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
And so here's Charlotte. Hernangomez passes to Bridges. It's stolen by Johnson. Waiters for three. Buries it from three-point range. Waiters got 13 points here in the second half alone.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
There's a screen. Now here's Lamb. Guarded closely. Hernangomez passes to Walker. Can't cash in from close range. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Waiters. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
Here's Walker. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his third foul so far. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
The shot by Monk is no good.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Hassan Whiteside.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Williams sets a screen for Parker. Got a hand on it.
And the 6'7", 225-pound Winslow rises up and swats that shot away with great athleticism.
Waiters on the wing. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Waiters no luck. Now Monk. Williams a screen. Monk's shot's good.
It's an encouraging sign to see Monk working off those pin downs. An effective shooter when he gets any sort of daylight.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Dwayne, you really got on the glass tonight. How did that happen?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
Well, you helped him in a big way, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.